Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching this edition of Nile Cruise coming to you from the aquarium ghetto or the fish garden here in Zamalek. Actually, in the 19th century, the aquarium ghetto or the fish garden was once one of Cairo's highlights, as it was one of the few 19th century gardens to be open to the public. It was a garden of plants, and it was home to so many exotic types of plants that were shipped here from all over the world, and it also housed this collection, the Hedex collection of fish and reptiles from the Nile and Africa. In the 1900s, Captain Stanley Flower introduced the fish garden as he added the aquariums in the old grottos of the garden, and it became home to the rare collection of African fish. And it also we have to mention that it is quite close to downtown, but once you come here to this place, you find that it's very serene. You would feel serenity, you would feel away from the busy life of downtown Cairo. We need to know more about this beautiful place, and therefore we're very much delighted to have with us Mr. Waheed Mekhemar, film director and plastic artist. It's great to have you with us, Mr. Waheed. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
Mr. Waheed, it's a pleasure to have you with us, of course, and you're always a pleasure to have you with us as a guest in, of course, Nile TV as a whole, and today in Nile Cruise exclusively. Sir, many films used to be shot in museums, archaeological sites or touristic places. Why did film directors used to prefer such beautiful places? Tell us about some of these movies that you still remember, especially that were shooted here in this very exclusive and, of course, inspiring site, such as this amazing cave we are in the, of course, Zamalek Fish Garden.
Like you said in introduction, it's a very wonderful and unique place. It's a place, there is no other similar place, and always cinema looking for places, cinema looking for locations. And you cannot imitate this in decor or building such a wonderful and awesome place, full of art, full of mystery. So it's a good location and inspiring location also to show beauty and suspense as well. And that's why this place about 150 years ago, like you said. And the designer of this place, one of genius designers all over the world, Khidawi Ismail, give him the mission during the timing of opening Suez Canal. And if we look, it's very close. It's only a few yards from Omar Khayyam Palace, where is the whole, the residence of kings and nobles who came over. So it's a good space, good location, full of trees, unique tropical trees and lake. And also, you can see this in film موعد غرام by Abdul Halim Hafiz and Fatih Hamam at the date, showing where the passages was full of birds, not only fish, birds, and full of life. It was a very wonderful place, and that's why I think it was a good place for films.
What are the films that you remember that were shot here, Mr. Mekhemar, other than موعد غرام?
موعد غرام, the other film was القلب له أحكام, or Heart Judgments, so I don't know how to translate it, by Fatih Hamama as well, and Ahmad Ramzi. And you can see a different point of view in these two films between seeing the location, and that's one of the beautiful things about cinema. Cinema can see a same place with different perspective, different aspects, and also in the last few years, this was 2008, Yusri Nasrallah made جنينة الأسماك.
Yes, Hind Sabri.
Hind Sabri and others. And this film was seeing this place as a symbol, not going through it as a place for fun or a beauty location or even for suspense. It's put as a symbol for life. This is as a doctor living very close. And by the way, I tell you a story, you would love it. That's they shoot it out of Abd al-Halim Hafiz, because Abd al-Halim Hafiz used to live in this building, Amarat al-Zahra, very close to Hadiqat al-Asmak, to this garden, and he is seeing, but they asked them not to show the flag, but only to see the point of view, the vision, where is Abd al-Halim used to look at.
Okay.
And it's written down in titles as well.
Interesting.
Yeah. And some TV serial like Silsal Dam, Wannus, and but this place is using a location as an odd place, not as
an inspiring place.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you evaluate the beauty of this garden from a cinematic point of view?
It's like you having a treasure for an artist. It's a treasure because this depth, this decor, this it's different timing. You can use it from different timing shooting because it's open area, and also you use it as an interior place, like this cave we sitting in. It's beautiful, and you can see fish, and outside you see the lake. So it's a very rich place. If you come to shoot a film, you're having so many angles. You can make a love scene, you can make a suspense scene, you can make action scene. So it's a very rich place as a point of view of cinema.
So as a film director, how did the beauty of this garden add to the scenes featured in it? Because you just mentioned something that the place is not just a beautiful place, good location, but it also carries various perspectives, and therefore many films were shot here from various points of view, from the mysterious, from the romantic, and so on. So the richness of this place is just not about the beauty or the lakes or the rare types of plants and trees and fish, but also the various aspects of the place that it carries. Tell us more about that.
Exactly. Like you see, if you're having a place who having a certain type, like going to a Roman style, Greek style, modern style, it's just finished after you're making the scene. But when you're having a different a variety, like you're using a scene, you can using the palm trees as a scene. You can using the lake, the open lake.
The cave that we're sitting
in. The cave. So this variety, also the levels, yeah, like you see in Abd al-Halim Hafiz, I think you have it and you show it to the audience. Very beautiful.
When he was passing by the bridge, right?
The
bridge scene
and so many levels too as well. You're seeing the level, and also you're seeing it's good for mise en scène for the movement of the actor and actress. Okay. So this level, it's giving like a stage. It's that's why this place is unique. It's giving the director and also the two director of photography for these two films. One, Ahmed Khorshid, is a great one who made the film of Omar al-Sharif, Fatih Hamama and Ahmed Ramzi, and the other film, Mawad Gharam, Waheed Farid. So two great director of photography, and every one of them show, and when you show this, the audience would see the different, how to see the location from different point of view. And also Samir Bahzan, who we lost 2 days ago, very good director of photography for Janat al-Asmak. You were seeing the scene was showing after more than 50 years of shooting these two films. You see the place with different point of view too.
Sir, all you mentioned, of course, shooting films and amazing films that we watched in this amazing place. Nowadays, how does cinema take advantage of such an inspiring, amazing place, or even series?
Now, I think they try to, very few of directors looking for a location. Before and all over the world as well, what's happening, you're having someone called a manager of location. This manager of location is digging and looking everywhere to introduce a place to the cinema, because cinema is script, actors, and location. Location is very important. The place you carrying the whole story, the whole players of the film will be on the place. So the place is very important. Cinema is a place and time, including in it actors and the story and everything. So before, that's why they were a great director of photography, great art directors like Shadi Abdel Salam, Salah Mar'i, Nagi Shakir, and others were looking for a location, because the location giving a gimmick and giving a style and giving a form for the film.
Yes.
Who made, sorry Hannah to interrupt you, who, sir, nowadays made the best and took this place as a location and shooted a film or a series in?
I would say there is a very good art directors right now, like Fawzi Al-Awamri. You sing in Waheed Al-Ghurub. This location was in Oasis, but he built an imitation for the, because the Oasis right now is not every angle in it is suitable for shooting. So also when you're having a good art director, he can take part of life and imitate it, or make extension to this part. So Fawzi Al-Awamri, Ahmad Al-Khodari, Adil Al-Maghrabi, all of these are directors, young and very talented. So Egypt always is full of talented people, because we are the creator and the great artist of visual art. We create the visual art out of our museum, and this generation, this giving generation and generation, but gives them a chance. We have.
Yes. Mr. Waheed, we have seen so many countries making use of their locations, the unique places that they have in order to shoot drama and movies and even songs and video clips and so on. And these places later became famous, and it started attracting visitors from all around the world. I have been to some countries where they would tell me, you have to go to this place because the famous TV series was shot there. And actually, the tickets were expensive. How can we promote this beautiful place? How can we make use of it in order to put it on the touristic map, in order to attract not only local visitors, but also visitors from around the world to come and see it?
This is a great question. This is a great question. Now, we have the value of very unique and very special locations, starting from Marsa Alam in the south. So many going to Marsa Matruh, going to Oasis, Sinai. All of this is virgin places. You can put it in cinema, and this is what we call soft power. It's good for tourism, even interior tourism, even for our situation right now. We have to see these places, and cinema and TV, of course, is playing a very important role for this. Like before Shati al-Gharam, there is no Marsa Matruh. This film made a city, made a governor called Marsa Matruh. Because of one song, because of one film.
Yes.
We should, even also for new projects, we have a great projects right now in Al Alamein, in Upper Egypt, from Bani Suef, they build now, all of this.
El Galala also.
El Galala, all of these places is a virgin, and also it needs to only have the story is the same, but go to this location. Let people know what we're having, what our achievements right now. This is a part of TV and cinema and the Ministry of Culture and us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the most favorite film that was shooted here and the most scenery that you love in this place, sir?
In this place,
Yeah,
or
this place, really.
I love what we are missing now is the garden and open area. The garden was very beautiful. You will see it at Abdul Halim song. Look at
Which song, sir?
called Sotfa.
Sotfa?
It wasn't a chance or a good chance, but he was planning to follow Fatih Hamam and the film. So it's a good, it's normal. You're seeing visitors and you're seeing the guards in background wearing very beautiful uniform. You're seeing birds everywhere. It's a beautiful scene. And also in film of Ahmed Ramzi and Fatin. These two films showing the garden very beautiful. And the caves, I wouldn't, it's never ending story. You will never feel bored or every angle, I'm quite sure that you will show it to the audience. Each angle is beautiful.
It's amazing, and you really feel inspired when you're in the cave, actually.
Exactly.
Well, I think that we need not only to attract the Egyptian cinema or Egyptian directors to come here, but the international one as well. I have seen so many movies shot in Dubai, for example, in Morocco, in Tunisia, in so many countries. And the places, I would say, were ordinary places. Yes, beautiful, but nothing matches the uniqueness of the places that we have here in Egypt, because they are not only beautiful places, they have this variety, as you mentioned, where you can shoot a variety of scenes from various perspectives. Not just a tower, not just a good mountain or a beach location. No, we have like everything. As you mentioned, we have the oasis, we have the deserts, we have the beaches, we have the new cities. We have a place like this. So how can we attract international directors to come to Egypt and start making blockbusters? Not about Egypt in particular, but at least shooting scenes here in Egypt that would actually help in promoting tourism.
Look, we have a problem here in the way to invite others, like European cinema. In Europe, there is no desert. We have the desert. The desert is a very important place for shooting films, and you're seeing all this Western Europe, Western cinema going to United States to have a desert. You are very close to Europe. Who take this chance very well in Morocco? So many, only few films, international films like English Patient, or come for a few days shooting in Egypt. But if you make the paper from one window, there is one window to make a permission, to make the exception, to make a hiring, but now.
So to facilitate the procedures.
Yes, this is a problem. You have to.
Of course, Mr. Waheed, in our episodes of Zoom In, we discussed, of course, the obstacles that face, of course, the production of a film internationally here in Egypt. And it is one of the problems that we actually face, that we have to facilitate, that the Egyptian government has to facilitate for international directors and international actors means of enhancing and
it's
acting
very simple.
and
Just to
bringing
put it
this
in
production into Egypt.
Put it in the hand of Cinema Syndicate.
Exactly.
And let Cinema Syndicate make all paperwork and give all authorities the rights. So
it's just easy, sir,
make
to
it
invite
easy
them
for
and tell
foreigners, because they would like to shoot the getting equipments coming in and all of this money and publicity. Imagine that Hollywood, Europe, Arab countries come over to this, our locations, not because we are Egyptian. There is no civilization, there is no other place in all over the world having a civilization of Greek Roman, Coptic, Islamic, ancient Egyptian, not pharaonic, ancient Egyptian. All of this civilization
So
all of this.
7,000 years of civilization, we're the cradle of civilization. The idea is facilitating that the government has to facilitate international and has to invite international actors and international directors, and they have to see these very exclusive, of course, places that do not exist anywhere but in Egypt. And it is known, of course, internationally that these places exist only in Egypt.
Tell me about the money will come over to the country
Yes,
if you
exactly.
open this door. You do nothing. You just giving them a permission.
You give them permission, yeah.
And you take all the things about security, caring. They come with their insurance. The very famous companies coming. So having the Nile, rivers, seas everywhere, diving places. What else you need?
How do you see the role of film festivals held here in Egypt in achieving this goal?
Film festival, they don't have, they are not growing enough. They don't have the power like other, even in Gulf right now, coming more flexible and in touch with international cinema. Here is, you giving these festivals to some journalists, okay, with all respect to journalists, and they are not cinema people. They are not, where is the cinema people who are running this? Where is the industry? The government, the Ministry of Culture should raise this power. We have this, like, you seeing all achievements happening right now in industry, in building new cities in Alamein, in Upper Egypt, in new capital. What is the art and information and communication showing these achievements before they made the Ibn Nil because of Sad al-Ali, of High Dam? So many films.
Okay, sir, as a film director, if you come to think or brainstorm to do a film in such a wonderful place like this cave we are in today, or like the aquarium garden we are in today, what film would you think of today?
I would think about a suspense film.
Suspense?
Suspense film because of this mystery and this cave and this alleys, and also this suspense would relate so much with the age of Khidewi Ismail. Like somebody came out of time and meet all of these kings and princes and queen and Eugenie and Khidewis and
that's going to be a wonderful, of course, idea and a wonderful film. It's really going to make a difference, and especially that it's a 2020 film that's in this very exclusive, distinguished place.
Can you imagine that the place we are sitting now, they have been here. Khidewi Ismail, all kings and all queens
and you're
all over the world.
going to be mentioning this in the film, of course.
See the beauty and accessories and jewelry and the music.
Sounds interesting. I'd like to thank you very much, Mr. Waheed Mekhemar, film director and plastic artist, for being with us in this edition of Nile Cruise. Thank you very much, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break.